Vanavond hier live in de studio is Kate Tempest. Kate, good evening.
Oh, good evening to you. Thanks for having us here.
Well, of course, you're very welcome. But I already have a question from a listener over here. It's a question from Ilko. And Ilko says, I saw Kate a year and a half ago at the Best Kept Secret Festival. Not only did she blow me away, but she blew away the whole stage. Can you remember this gig?
Yeah, it was an amazing gig, yeah.
And Ilko thinks you were surprised that everyone was blown away.
Yeah, I mean, it's always quite a mind-blowing experience for us on stage to see how the audience are responding, especially when you come into a place that you've not been to that many times. And every time it takes you by surprise because it's live. It's happening to you as well as to everyone in the audience. And the connection between you and the audience is real. So when you feel that from them, you feel it too. And you feeling it makes them feel it even more. It's a shared thing, you know. It's a beautiful moment. So yeah, I remember Best Kept Secret. It was wicked. We had a good one.
Hoor je dat, Ilko? Ze had het ook zo heel erg leuk daar. Next month will be the release of your new album.
Yeah.
Your last album was nominated for the Mercury Music Prize of Best Album of the Year in Great Britain. And last week we saw you here at our internet stream, you know, as jury from this year's award.
Yep.
So we were wondering, can we get all the dirt on Jarvis Cocker?
I don't think there's any dirt that I could give on Jarvis Cocker. He's pretty much a saint, you know. He's a national treasure. I'll put it that way. He's amazing. He was very passionate about David Bowie. I think it's safe to say that he was quite keen for David Bowie to take the award. It's a democratic process, so that's not without its problems, you know. So it was really interesting to sit around with the judges and see how much deliberation actually goes into the decision, you know, because when you just get the winner, you don't realise how much conversation and deliberation and preparation has gone into that decision, you know.
Yeah.
And so Jarvis and all the judges, it was illuminating for me to talk about music in such an in-depth way with so many people who are so passionate, you know.
So this was done on the evening. You had to decide with you and your fellow judges that Skepta won the award.
Yeah.
Who did you vote for?
Oh, well, it's a kind of series of different votes to go from the initial 228 records down to the kind of last 12, down to the last 6, down to the last one. My vote was for Skepta in that decision, but I was also really passionate about Laura Mvula's album. I think that's a brilliant record. There was a couple of albums that never made it to the shortlist. Trim and 1-800 Dinosaur, which is James Blake's production thing. That's an incredible record and I think was a little overlooked. Also, Rosie Lowe has got an album which I thought was really amazing, produced by David Kumu of The Invisible. So there's many albums that I'm kind of passionate about that didn't make it to the shortlist even, but the ones on the shortlist I am also really, really pleased with. The Comet is Coming, that's a really special record for British music right now.
What are you going to bring us that, you know, maybe can get another nomination next year with your new album? It's a concept album, right?
It's always a concept with me. Well, the new record is a story about 7 individuals at 4:18 a.m. in the morning, and we kind of enter into their minds at this particular hour of the morning, and we have a song from each of their perspectives, and we find out what's keeping them awake, why they're not sleeping at this time. Meanwhile, a great storm is breaking over this street, which brings them all out actually of their rooms, out to kind of experience this storm together. And when they realise they're part of something bigger than themselves, they have a moment of connection, which they have been lacking in their lives, you know?
Lost in Europe is going to be on this album. It's been released for quite a few months now. The story of Lost in Europe, whose person is it? What person is this?
So Europe is Lost, which is the song from the perspective of a woman called Esther in the record. She's just got home from a double shift. She's a carer. She is tired and she's worried about the state of the world, and she's just kind of drinking a beer in her kitchen, just running through some of the stuff that, you know, afflicts her mind. It's a song about the state of things for her, you know.
But this is a lot of stuff because, you know, the whole song is full of not so pretty messages, you know, observations about everything that's wrong in the world, in her point of view then, of course. Like, I am quiet, feeling the onset of riot. Riots are tiny though, systems are huge, and the traffic keeps moving, proving there's nothing to do. That is something that everybody can relate to, like me, myself. I can do nothing, you know, about the state of the world. Just play as many happy records as I can find.
Well, there's 2 things to say to that. One, that's pretty good rapping on your part, so well done, thanks for that. The second thing to say is, of course, people can do everything. You know, like in your own life, something as simple as just being aware of other people's presence in your space, cultivating and activating a real sense of empathy, of radical empathy, engaging your love in a way that actually manifests itself in how you engage with the other people that you pass every day. You live in a big city. In a big city, you're confronted by life so much of the time, and you become blinkered to the experience of other people. Vulnerable people become threatening people to you because of the way that this whole system is structured. There is so much you can do in your own life that is not impossible or exhausting. There are ways that you can get involved in positive action in really easy, simple ways, and one of those things is just to cultivate in yourself a more heightened sense of empathy, and just put that in your life each morning, and you will feel the balance begin to restore itself.
I'm so happy that you're here tonight. Please go next door and make yourself ready for that song.
Cool.
Het is Kate Tempest hier vanavond in de studio.